This is the Fixxx on Dash Radio. Get the shit.
What up, what up? This is the Fixxx on Dash Talk X. It's your boy Jay Wealth and Codigo Red. And we got a very, very dope guest in the building right now. He's out of my hometown. He's one of my favorite artists out of my hometown. We got my boy Nicky in the building. What's good?
What's good? Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Oh, man. Hey, man, this is always an open door for you. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, bro.
So I know this is a big month for you because you just dropped your new project. You want to tell everybody about that?
Yeah. It's called Internet Friends. Like 5 months ago, I decided I was, you know, when rappers go online and they look up like type beats,
Yeah.
you know, you'd be like, whatever, like melody type beat.
Yeah.
And so for years, that's kind of how you know, as an up and coming rapper or artist or whatever, you kind of get your music that way. So I had like this network of great producers just from YouTube, and I decided to just start reaching out to them and say like, hey, do you guys want to do some projects together? And a lot of these guys had gone from no following to like 200,000, you know, subscribers on YouTube. So it was like a really good look to have a platform to drop that music. So I decided to come up with a concept called Internet Friends, where I was going to do mixtapes with each of those producers that I had met throughout the years.
Yeah.
And the first one was River Beats. So we actually put the project together. It was super quick. I wrote it in like a week. It was 8 songs, real brief, like 21-minute little project.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to just be a quick release, but I recorded at the studio we just opened up in Koreatown, and there was like a lot of like label cats there that was like, nah, you gotta do something with this. Like, I think you got something here. So we decided to hold off on it, really, you know, just bring the production together, put extra elements in there, and make it what it is now. So we just released it on yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to your listening event,
Yeah,
which
you
was
did.
pretty dope, man. I liked how he had his team there. He has a strong team. You could tell because everybody's supportive. They all play a major role, and you could tell they all care about Nicky's brand and the brand that they're building together. But one thing that really stood out for me was he had his parents there.
Hey.
And his mom looks like she's like his biggest fan, man.
She is.
Like, for real.
I
I
love
thought that
that.
was like real dope. You know, it kind of remind me of my mom. Like, I could do any fucking thing. My mom's like, it's the best shit in
For
the world.
real, bro. It's so funny.
Yeah.
She'll be getting at cats on Facebook and shit like, why don't you go buy it? She'll be like, oh, just stream Dill Nicky's new music. Why don't you go buy it? $10. She's always been so supportive.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, Italian, you know?
Yeah.
That's how Italians roll together, man.
Yeah.
Round table shit.
As it should be, you know, because
Yeah.
it's the same way for me. You know, my dad go so hard for me. They
Yeah.
go
Hell yeah.
super hard. They apply the pressure. You feel me?
Hey, she ain't lying. We had an event. Her family had Codigo Red everything on. Socks,
Love it.
jackets, hats, shirts. I was like, God damn, she got socks and shit now too? Like a
that's the
picture of
key to
socks. I'm
success.
like, shit. I gotta step my shit up, dude.
Hey.
Straight up the
My
key to
mom was there too.
success.
I'm like, Mom, you gotta put my face on some socks.
You
Shit.
gotta take over. You know.
You know, you want to hear a funny story? Because I grew up, it was like, you know, I'm come from Boston to the Bay, and when I moved to the Bay, as an Italian cat, it was like, being a rapper is just, what are you doing? And at the time, like, everything that was cool in my neighborhood was like Mac Dre and E40, and everyone's starting like DIY shit, Sick with the Records, all that stuff. So me and my brothers were like, oh, we want to do this too. This is dope. Like, we could just record it ourselves, put it out, like, do whatever. And my dad was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing with this rap thing? This is ridiculous, stupid. This is stupid. For years, like, he just thought it was dumb.
Yeah.
And then when I was straight up taking it very seriously. I was working really hard, like trying to build the brand, trying to like get people to take me seriously. And finally, I was like frustrated that he wasn't really seeing that I was for real about this. We go out for his birthday, and we're in San Francisco, and we walk out the restaurant, and there's this homeless dude out there, and he's beatboxing. So I roll up to him and I just start freestyling to the beatbox, and my dad was just, oh my God, that was unbelievable. Since then, he's like, literally, he'll text me every day like, how we doing with the music? Did you meet Dr. Dre yet?
I love it.
He always thinks everything's hella easy too. He'd be
Yeah.
like, Nick, he'll be like, I know some parents that come into the restaurant, they said, Suge Knight. He's like, yeah, why don't you call him?
Shit.
Let me just call him.
Yeah, even if I had the number, I wouldn't call it that.
You know,
Fuck
and that's what makes parents so cute sometimes, you
Man,
know, because
yeah.
they don't
Level of
realize what it's really about.
Yeah.
And, you know, the regular person, you can easily watch entertainment and think, you know, it's what it takes, you know, all the effort you have to put in, all the hard work. You know, you got to show your dad, you know, like,
1,000.
Yeah.
hey, you know what? I'm going to show you better than I can tell you.
Yeah.
And that was the best compelling thing to do. You know, you got to be compelling.
1,000.
It's such a heavy, you know, hard-working industry that's really
It
fast.
is, yeah.
And I see, you know, you're doing crazy things. You were in the Beverly Hills Film Festival.
Yeah.
And then you also have the Ill Movement.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more about that collective.
Yeah, you know what's really cool is I went from cause I met Chiba down 2010 down in San Diego, and for the most part when you're doing this music shit, y'all understand, you know it's like you're just trying your best to get some type of opportunity, right? And you're trying your best to just get better and better. But the one thing, sometimes it just, you kind of feel like you get stagnant after a while doing the same shit, going to the same venues to perform, doing this, doing that. So I moved back to Oakland, and I just had the game plan. I was like, what am I doing? What's different from me than everyone else? Like, how am I gonna, you know, get through the noise? And the thing that kept playing in my head was a brand, like a label, something that would get people involved somehow. And so I literally one night, it was like one of those things, like it was like all happened one night. One night I woke up like 5 in the morning, went over to my table, started writing things down, and I came up with the concept of I Love Life, Ill. It would be the label, the Ill Movement. It would be the artist, Ill Nicky. And, you know, I was very inspired by like ASAP and everything that was cohesive, like labels that were cohesive and built like a family within it. And so it was, I just went from there and I built a team and just realized that that's what we had to do. We had to make it some type of, give people a reason to why they were following this and why it was more of like a lifestyle than just songs, artists putting songs out. So after a while, people got really involved. They felt involved with it, and it just started snowballing bigger and bigger. My team's been really helpful of making us look bigger than we are and than we were. And the Beverly Hills Film Festival, that was I've been writing once I came up here. I started writing a lot for like TV and film and stuff like that. So like sync placements. I realized, like through my shout out to my homie Berkey from Vocab Company, he kind of put me on game with sync placements because it's like that's where all the money's at. And at the time when I came up here, I was messing with the label stuff, and was thinking, okay, I'm gonna go in this label. And the deal just it was gonna give me money, and then I was gonna owe all that back, right? So I was like, I don't think I'm ready really to just put out an album and then recoup right away. Like, it makes me nervous. So let me see where the money's at. Let's see. And so when I started, like, you know, linking up with different people that were not looking at numbers, they're just looking at good, they're just trying to find good songs, good artists that write good songs. So I kind of just started, you know, using my pen and was connected to people in, like, the show All American, The Rookie, and just, like, some songs that I was writing for was getting locked in, and those are good checks. So, and those are things I don't know back.
One thing I like about everything that you do is when you see artists, some of them, their video quality isn't that great.
Yeah.
But your videos be like next level. It'd be like fire and explosions and all kinds of shit. And I'd be like, damn, like you could tell like they put their heart and soul into it.
That's awesome.
Was that something that you knew you had to come out the gate doing from the start, or you just worked your way to that?
With visuals?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I like movies more than anything. You know, I like the cinematic element, and I think the grand finale of this thing would be to me being as an actor and me being in movies, and or maybe not even an actor, but at least maybe like a writer and or a director or something. I love movies. I love the whole visual. The best part for me is seeing the music video at the end, because that's the final product. That's really it. When you see it, it's like that's the final product. You wrote it, you recorded it, you know, whatever. You did all that stuff. You promoted it, and then we shot the music video. The music video is like the final, that in the live show. So I don't know. I was fortunate enough to connect with really, really dope videographers and cinematographers, all that shit. Chiba Hawk shoots really dope photos.
You could talk, man. He looked at the mic like,
Hey, what's up?
I love it. The man behind the camera comes to the mic.
That's right. He's a really, really dope artist. We actually started together in San Diego.
Okay.
We did a project called Breaking and Entering, like literally in 2011. from there was like he was the first person I met that had like good quality in their music.
Yeah.
He was like he was engineering it right, and you were like, wait, this sounds really good. And then everything else sounded like it was recorded out of a backpack.
Yeah.
You know, so you're like, all right, dope. Yeah, quality was, I don't know. It was just always really important to me because that was what I liked. I liked high quality stuff, and I just wanted to. And I think, you know, still like, I don't know if did you see Lil Dicky's new video, Earth? It's on another level.
I haven't seen it yet. We gotta go check it out.
This man is putting in, I think he put like $700,000 of his own money into these videos. And it's,
wow.
And it's crazy because it's like he's not making that much money, you know? Like he's making good money, but $700,000 of your own money into one music video. That's love for the art. So
and that's going hard for yourself. You know, we're supposed to go so hard for ourselves, and you know, I like to hear that your videos are clear and they have this high quality. You know,
cinematic stuff.
Yeah,
like,
it's giving you that real like. I am official, and you are official. You know, you're showing people, you know, I'm here to work, and I want you to be entertaining, that compelling factor. You know, so go ahead and tell me, how does like a style of a music video, how does that really impact how an audience will take an artist's work?
Say that one more time. Sorry, I was thinking about something else.
No, you're good. Don't trip. You're good. You're good. It's all good. Take two. Take two. Are we ready? Everybody on set?
We ready.
Okay. So basically, you know, right? Happy 420.
Yeah, that's why I don't smoke. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So how does the style of a music video impact how a fan can really connect with an artist?
Yeah. It's so important. You know, I think what like with me, I think portraying that kind of Italian vibe it brings people into my culture, right? Because I'm doing this thing, and it's cool to people be like, what are you? And because just from the video, so from like videos like Young, you know, it just kind of, you get that like mafia, Italian mafia vibe from it. And I think that's important because it connects to an audience on a different level when they get to see that visual. I think it's imperative to be able to have some type of brand, some type of aesthetic in your videos. And I was always working off of a independent budget, you know?
Yeah.
So like, you know, I got guys like, you know, Mark Gonzalez and Hatch 86 and my boy Stephen Bilecki, who like have been able to work with me in the past and on the budget. And that's like, I have a plan, we got a vision, we can do it within the budget. It's been pretty dope.
So the new project Internet Friends, you got a song that we're gonna play today called 430. Tell the listeners about that before we play it.
Yeah, definitely. 430 is cool because it was the first song that I wrote from this project. I was at Rolling Loud, and me and my manager Trevor were sitting there watching, and we noticed that like all the artists that were kind of like known artists were going up 430 or later, and so he was like, "We're gonna be here next year. We're gonna be here next year." I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." I'm like, we'll be there at least at 4:30.
Yeah.
And so we kept saying this every time, like we'd be like, you know, pep talking, and he'd be like, 4:30. That's it. We're gonna be there next year at 4:30. And he sent me. So I'm an artist that we just signed to a label, Rob Law. He's super dope rapper. He's connected with Fora. You guys know who Fora is? PHORA. He actually just opened up a store on Fairfax.
Okay. Fora.
Yours truly. Fora.
Fora? Okay, I thought you were talking about
He sold out the Palladium the first time he did LA.
Oh shit.
He's crazy dope. Independent cat too. But he was always like inspiring to me. And so my boy sent me the screenshot of what time Fora performed at Rolling Loud, and it was 4:30.
Oh shit.
And so we just kept saying it, and then, you know, almost there. It's a ode to like just keep pushing. And then I had featured a artist that I really love named Trey Aces from San Diego, who's connected with Berkey from Vocab, and my boy Mike Drummond, who does like all the talent buying at a lot of the clubs in San Diego. And Trey Aces is 21-year-old artist. He's super dope. He's on the second verse. It just came together. It's our favorite song, so it became the single.
All right, so what we're gonna do is take a quick break and listen to the song.
Cool.
This is Ill Nicky's new project, Internet Friends, and this song is titled 430. Let's get it.
Oh, 30. I'm almost there. That was a vibe.
Thank you.
And it was different. It was a fresh sound because I love bringing artists on who have their true own organic sound, you know, because
that's dope of you to say.
Often, you know, which is, it's nothing wrong with, you know, Biden styles, you know, to kind of just a little bit, you know, to kind of
feel like an artist.
You know, no, but to, you know, steer your way kind of like in the right direction, you know, when you can kind of, you know, kind of hear a different flow and see how you can make it your own. But that was completely organic.
Wow.
And that's what I really loved. And I could totally see you doing something crazy on the pop charts, you know?
I appreciate that a lot. Thank you for saying that.
Definitely.
Yeah, a friend of mine, DJ Decon, gave me a really good compliment yesterday. He was like, he seen me at like the shittiest I've ever been. Like I remember I used to show him songs, you know, when we lived in our trash little house in San Diego. And he was like, he would be like, "This sucks. This is garbage. This is horrible. Be better." And from there to like, he was always very honest. He said something to me yesterday saying that like, you figured out how to do it with your sound, and now it's gonna pop on pop charts. And it's like, I don't know about all that, but it is dope to hear that like, all right, cool, like people are hearing my sound. Maybe I have. That's what I'm moving towards. I'm trying to have music that like people are like, oh, that's Ill Nicky, you know.
I can even hear like an EDM mix for that.
Hey.
Like I can see like Marshmello, because he's, you know, Marshmello, he's huge.
Right, that's amazing.
And as far as like the DJ and the EDM crowd.
I actually write with a group called Bad Royale. They're big in the EDM.
Yeah,
Shout out to my boy Kevin Wild who brought me in. They started to write a lot for like pop songs for other artists, and it's like very close to me is writing for like EDM acts, writing pop hooks for EDM acts. Done it a lot of times, so could be something we can make work.
No, I mean definitely, you should definitely do that.
One thing I like about Ill Nicky is he has his own style. He's true to himself. He's not trying to be anybody else. But what I feel is he's a perfect representation of San Diego.
Wow.
Because the average person, when they think San Diego, they're gonna think Mitchie Slick, and that's nothing to knock against Mitchie Slick. Like I'm cool with him, but I don't think he fully represents the city as a whole. He represents a certain section. I feel the music that Ill Nicky makes is a full representation of San Diego. You go in different areas, there's always gonna be somebody relatable to the type of music that he's making. There's not everybody relatable to gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like gangster rap, but I ain't no gangster. You know what I'm saying? If I play it for my mom, she gonna be like, I like the beat. I don't like what they saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I can play a song like his song that I just played right now. She'll like the lyrics, and she'll like the vibe, and she'll like the production. And that's the full qualities of a full-blown artist. And I feel like that's what we need more focus on in San Diego, is a full-blown artist. Because that's a full representation of San Diego, America's finest city, dope artist.
You record that? I need that intro.
I'll send you the audio.
I need that soundbite all day. Thank you, bro.
I'll send you that.
That's very, very
but
nice.
But like I honestly, that's how I honestly feel. When you think San Diego, you think of a track like that. You know what I'm saying? And we need more stuff like that on the radio because it's catchy. And I can see it definitely going on the charts, though.
Thank you.
Definitely. Well, go ahead and tell us where we can find you at. Promote your music. Tell us what platforms it's on, and just tell us how you're gonna rock out and be one of the hottest artists in the pop world.
I love it. I love you guys. I feel like I just want all these sound bites to just play again and again before I go to bed every night. Make myself feel good. You can find me on everywhere, social media at the Ill Nicky, Instagram and Twitter at the Ill Nicky. That's TheillNicky. You can find my music on all digital platforms, Spotify, Apple, Tidal, all that stuff. If you want to buy my music, you could go on Bandcamp. Although I just got the Bandcamp, just sent money on my pay. I think they take like a crazy percentage. Have anybody y'all used Bandcamp?
I know about Bandcamp. It's like SoundCloud. It's a platform for people to put their music up, upcoming artists and already established people, of course. But I did not, SoundCloud even, they transformed too on us.
Well, you can monetize on there.
Now you got to pay what? Like, I think it was like 13.
Oh, for the SoundCloud monthly
premium,
yeah,
premium,
and it keeps going up. It's like Netflix.
20
yeah, I was like, whoa, SoundCloud.
For real, Netflix.
Let's come to the ground, sound
Because
ground.
if you have a
It started
regular
like-
account, I think you can only
Yeah.
put like maybe 2 tracks.
For real. But
Yes.
That's it.
They started at like $9.99 a month,
Yeah.
like Netflix. All of a sudden it's $13.99. Soon
Yeah.
it'll be $33.99.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep pushing it up because you need it. I
Yup.
need Netflix. I need SoundCloud. So it's like, all right, what are we
Yeah.
paying now? $42 a month.
But honestly, I can't be too mad at them because they
Yeah.
probably realize like everybody's using our platform.
Yeah.
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 Hey, it's time to start taxing people.
For real. for
Run me
real.
my money.
You can now monetize. And shout out to, by the way, United Masters. That's who I'm doing my distribution through. Obviously, I'm independent right now, so it's perfect to align with a company like them. That shout out to my boy Caesar who brought me in. Do you guys know who United Masters is?
I'm not too
I don't
sure.
know if you've seen, like, they're getting more popular on Instagram with a lot of their posts, kind of like empowering artists to know their worth and not sign 360 deals and keep their masters and things like that. No, I'm serious. Like, fucking, the deals out here are ridiculous. It's like
Yeah.
evil shit. If I could show you my emails of offers that I've gotten in the past, you laugh your ass off. It's like, so you're gonna give me 10 grand, but you're gonna take everything? Like,
that's
nah.
crazy.
It is.
So
it's
anyway,
crazy.
United Masters is pretty much a distribution service. It's started by a guy named Steve Stout, who's
Oh yeah, Steve Stout.
Stout.
Yeah.
and they allow the artists to keep fully their masters, and they pretty much just distribute, and then they put fuel on the fire if it starts to pick up. But for me, it's like they have all these things. They have these services with like the NBA. So you can they'll license the songs for free to the NBA, so the NBA doesn't have to pay this crazy license, and in return the indie artist gets exposure, and then you can collect on the back end. So there's like a lot of great things with United Masters, and that's who I'm doing my distribution to. I think you guys should, if anybody's looking to do distribution, that's who I think everybody should go with right now.
That's
you
lit. Well,
have
you
it.
all heard it. Go follow
Yeah.
him on Instagram
Yeah,
at
Internet Friends.
theillmovement.
Check out Internet Friends. It's out right now. Go stream it. Go buy it. Go do whatever. Listen to it.
Nah,
Internet
buy it
Friends.
or his mom's gonna be sending
mom
you a
is
DM
buying it.
saying,
Yeah,
buy that shit, $10.
Right?
Yeah, thank you guys for allowing me this platform. For real,
Yeah,
Jay
man.
Wealth, you've always been so supportive of the movement, and anything I can ever do. We got the studio up. We got
Yeah.
writers, producers, anything we can ever do to help you guys. We're here for you, man, and we support you guys 1,000%.
That's
Thank you.
love. That's loyalty. That's respect.
You are Italian, I'm telling you. Some respect on my name.
And on that note, we're gonna take a break. Listen
you,
to the
guys.
Fixx on Dash Talk X.